We certainly have had some luck, and Sebastian's fancy camera work is going to slowly reveal who we have found. Ta-da! It's Thandi, a female leopard who has a tiny little cub at the moment, and it looks like the tiny little cub's just poking out. It's coming up the log. Look at this. What a scene. Hello, you little cutie. Well, this morning's drive is absolutely ridiculous. We are getting spoilt by Mother Nature, and to have a view like this with the leopardess and her very young cub so relaxed with our presence is an absolute blessing. Oh, looks like the cub may take a tumble if it's not careful. Oh my gosh, look at this. Well, we have hit the jackpot here. Now, who knows how long Mom has been back with the cub. I know Noelle spent a lot of time looking in this area for Mom yesterday, but she was probably out hunting and had the cub hidden away. And we're not certain whether she had any luck with her hunting just yet. So it'll be an interesting morning spent with these two. She could end up just like yesterday morning, leaving the cub and going off and making a kill. Let's hope that Tingana, her boyfriend, doesn't steal it like he did yesterday. It's so wonderful to watch how this cub is developing and testing its skills. Looks like Mom's busy doing her nails up on the front there. A quick manicure. And this is how they help sharpen their claws and keep them in good shape. Maybe this is a sign that she's wanting to latch onto something with those claws. A little bit later, so maybe she will go hunting, but it looks like for the time being her cub is going to be giving a hard time, wanting to play as much as possible. Ooh. What an epic moment this is. Now, what is Mom's plans? Has she already nursed the cub? Is she going to head off? If so, our timing was lucky because we won't spend time with the little cub once Mom has moved off. We would rather follow Mom and see what she gets up to. Let me reposition the vehicle quickly. Where should we go? I may even think about trying to drop down into this little riverbed down to our right. It's not going to be easy, but it will definitely provide us with the best views. And I'm glad that a lot of you guys agree that we have just had the most incredible morning. How's it looking there, Seb? Bit of a gap for Mom? Yeah, through there he should go. That should be good. Okay, well, we've got a decent gap where we can snipe a visual of Mom. There she is. And we'll just be patient. We don't want to race around and off-road too much with this tiny little cub here. Having said that, though, it's amazing how relaxed the cub is with our presence already. And that's for a number of reasons. We've been spending time with it since it was very small, but also because Mom is relaxed with us. So if Mom is relaxed with us, naturally, a cub will be too. Ooh. What got the better of Mom there? I'm not too sure. The cub is to the left a little bit. There we go. Bounding after her. Oh, is it in stalk mode? It looks like it is. It loves to stalk Mum, and it's great practice for more future serious business. Oh, Mom just jumped up into a tree, and not the kind of tree that you'd expect her to jump in, and I'm guessing what she's doing is she's trying to entice her cub up into the tree. A little bit of tree climbing training this morning. Let's just zoom out a bit and see if the cub isn't following her there, Seb. Yeah, the cub is at the base of the tree. There, it's making its way up. Well done, Seb. You've got its tail. Can you believe this? Hello to everyone who has just joined us. We have got an incredible scene here. Difficult to see exactly what's going on, but there is a female leopard who appears to be teaching her young cub a little bit of tree climbing skills. And a leopardess like her would never ordinarily climb a small bush like this just for fun. And I'm almost certain that that is what she's doing. She's getting her cubs' tree climbing skills honed while having a little bit of playtime. And these skills are going to be absolutely crucial in the coming weeks and months, because this cub is going to start being exposed to kills. It will start eating meat in the next 3 to 4 weeks at around 3 months of age. And we will be certainly following them as closely as possible. Now, I just need to keep quiet again. That initial invitation to the others did not work, so let's try again. Yes, let's go ahead, Lou. I'm just confirming with Louise that I think it is still worth inviting some other people onto the scene here, because to have a leopardess playing with her cub in the early morning light is going to be absolutely beautiful, and the sun is just poking through the clouds. Let me just move forward a bit, try to get a bit of view. How cool is this? It's going to be tricky, but it might work. Seb's a little bit higher than me here, and I can just see Mom's head poking out. Not ideal, but I think they are moving around quite a bit, so let's just stay put here as we welcome, or at least try to welcome, some other viewers on different platforms. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Sabi Sands in South Africa. As you can see, we have a leopard, and it's a mother that's playing with her little cub, and that's why she just bounded off like that. She's not chasing anything, but she's in a very, very playful mood. My name's Scott, and it's a great, great pleasure to welcome you to this incredible, incredible scene. I think we're going to get some good views shortly. Where have they bounded off to? Just below us here. This is going to work well, and now you'll get to see the tiny, tiny little cub following Mom. Look at this. And the cub appears to be very, very playful this morning. Hello, you cutie. How awesome is this? Practicing its hunting skills on Mom's tail. And this is definitely the most receptive I've seen Mom to this cub's playful antics. Let me just move forward quickly. And we are very, very fortunate to catch them in this playful mood. Mom will spend many hours away from this cub every day as she searches for meals. And who knows how long it's been since they were together. Maybe 12 hours, maybe longer. And you can see that this cub is very happy that Mom is back, as well as her tail, which is definitely the cub's favorite toy. It's still big enough to actually put up a bit of a fight against the cub. So it got a good wallop there from the tail as Mom flicked it from side to side. Now, we've been following this leopard very closely for the last 2 months. Her name is Thandi, and she's an 11-year-old leopardess who is doing a wonderful job in keeping this very vulnerable cub alive. Now, all big cat cubs are very vulnerable in the first 6 months of their life, so they've got a lot of threats from the other big cats and hyena. But so far, there have been no issues that we've known of here, and we've been absolutely loving being able to watch the excitement of these two doing their business. Now, Angela, you'd like to know if the sex of the cub has been determined. Not yet. Let me move again quickly. Not officially, but there's a lot of us that believe that it's a female. I'm also on the female boat now that I've had a better look at the cub. So the reason we think it's a female is because when that little cub lifts up its tail, which it did kind of for a split second there, there's no tiny little caramel spots just at the underside of the tail. And those two caramel spots would indicate that it's a young boy. those would develop into his scrotum, where she doesn't appear to have those. So there's quite a few of us that do in fact believe she is a girl, which is a wonderful prospect, Angela, because female leopards tend to not move too far away when they're grown up, whereas male leopards do. So we will hopefully be able to continue to follow the life of this female leopard for many a year. Look, it's up on the log now. You're in such a playful mood this morning, and I'm very, very happy that you are, because you are giving us the most incredible insights into the life of a young, energetic, and playful leopard cub. Well, Patsy, I'm very happy to hear that we've rescued you from what sounds like a terrible vampire show that you're watching at the moment. So just as well, you had the notifications tuned in, and you were quick to respond, because this is absolute pure gold when it comes to a wildlife sighting, and I'm glad we rescued you. Thanks for letting us know. If any of you would also like to let us know what you've been up to, where in the world you are, or any questions, please do. We'll try and get a hold of many of you as possible. Now, looking at Mom's belly, she doesn't look like she's fed, so she may have had an unsuccessful night hunting, and who knows, she may take us hunting a little bit later in the morning. Kayleen, you would like to know if the cub sleeps while Mom is away. Yes, I think it will spend a lot of time sleeping, but not all the time. Oh, look at this. But not all the time. It will wake up and keep an eye on things, and maybe a herd of elephants will walk past and it will get scared. So it's hard to be certain exactly what happens when Mom is not around, but the cub will use a lot of that time for snoozing, sleeping every day. So while Mom's off hunting, it will provide this youngster with the perfect opportunity. Oh, it's getting quite feisty there, putting up a good fight against Mom. And again, all very, very useful training and practice. All this playful behavior that we're witnessing is very, very useful muscle memory for this cub to be practicing for more serious business in the future. Oh, let me move back a tiny bit. Very good. What I'm fascinated by is the size of this cub's tiny little paws. Well, they're not that tiny. They're quite big in considering how big the rest of the cub's body is. And, Bob, you're wondering if Thandi will specifically kind of jiggle and waggle her tail in order to give the cub something to play with. And yes, I think that is the case, because she knows full well if that tail is not moving, it's going to not create a moving target or lure which will catch the cub's attention. Now, I'm not sure what you guys think. We've got quite a few of our regular viewers that are also watching, but this, for me, is probably one of the most intimate sightings we've had of this leopard and her youngster. Oh, it looks like she's thirsty now. It looks like she's trying to find a nipple. And watch closely as she works the stomach and the mammaries of her mom to try and work out as much milk as possible. She'll be pushing ferociously with those little paws, milking mom essentially. And what a spoiled little kitten this is, or cub rather, because mom is being very, very accommodating with being playful as well as allowing it to drink as and when it wants to. It's not always the case. Mothers will often prevent their cub from nursing if they've had enough. Morning to Kevin. You'd like to know how close we are. And Seb will just zoom out quickly to kind of give you a bit of an idea. I would say we no more than 20 meters away from them at the moment, at the most. And we are incredibly privileged to be able to view leopards at this proximity. The area that we're in, the Sabi Sands here in Djuma, is one of the best areas in Africa to view leopards like this that have been habituated to the vehicles and allow us great insights into their lives, because ordinarily they are very, very shy and elusive cats that will often avoid humans, unless, of course, like I said, they feel comfortable with our presence. Now, the fact that this leopard with her little cub is relaxed with us is the ultimate testament to just how comfortable they are with us, and what a good job has been done here over the last 50 years that this reserve has, well, nearly 60 years now, that this reserve has been opened as a photographic destination. Isn't it incredible how that cub went from being so playful to just being so sleepy and content as it nurses? Absolutely magical. Now, because I think things have quietened down here, we may possibly say goodbye to everyone who has just joined us briefly. If any of you would like to continue following this morning's safari, please do. It's very easy. Go onto YouTube, type in Safari Live, and the action will be continuing for about another hour and a half, I'm guessing. And we've got multiple feeds coming to you, not only from here in the Sabi Sands, but also Kenya. So log in if you want to check it out. If not, stay tuned to the notifications, and we will be sure to update you if anything else exciting happens this morning. See you next time. Well, oh, that was a very unique view. It's not very often you get to actually see the nipple as the cub suckles on it, so that was a bonus. Well done, Seb. And it's usually quite short feedings. I mean, I'm not sure how long that was exactly, maybe 2 or 3 minutes before the cub had satisfied its hunger. And are you going to go to sleep now? Oh, shame, it looks like it's got a little bit of a tick on its eye. Its right eye. Just saw a tiny little blob there, which could be a little tick. It's not going to be a huge issue, and I'm sure Mom will find it and either nibble it off or lick it off with her sandpaper-like tongue. Absolutely magical. I guess this is a good example of how timing is everything with being out on safari. Had we have arrived here now, we would have not been blessed with that incredible playful bout that we got to see Mom and cub enjoying. Wonderful. What are you sniffing there? I wonder what's got its attention there. And I also wonder how long it takes for these young cubs to start working out what sense what and exactly how everything works. It's still very young, so it's still got a long way to go, but every day it will be learning new things, picking up new smells, seeing new little animals, insects, bugs. Lynn, you'd like to know if it takes long for the cub to get used to the vehicles, and no, not really. I mean, we've only really been viewing this cub for the last month and some change. Since it was about a month old, we are guessing. We're not exactly sure when it was born. And the whole time that we've been viewing it, from the very first time we've laid eyes on it, it seemed fairly relaxed with our presence. And I think it feeds off Mom's energy. If Mom growls and snarls, as she would if hyenas or any other danger approaches, naturally the cub will flee and hide and learn to be cautious of those animals. However, with us, Mom has been relaxed, so the cub will kind of follow suit. Oh, it's back on its little log. Let's see what happens here. Oh, very brave, right to the end of the log. Let's see if it jumps off there. It will be absolutely, if it A, jumps off, or B, falls off. Both are a reality. As it attacks this poor fallen down stump. A ferocious leopard attack first thing in the morning is an interesting scene for this log. I'm not too sure how many times it would have been chewed on by a leopard cub, but she is certainly going for it. Now, it'll be just a matter of time until she loses interest in this log and makes her next move. So I just want to keep you with us until she does make her next move, because I feel like we could get an incredibly funny scene here. Hello, young Lily. You would like to know where Daddy is, Tingana. And Lily, I think he is checking to make sure that there are no other big leopards around, other male leopards that may hurt Thandi and this little cub. So I think he's busy patrolling. We are not too sure exactly. Oh, there goes the cub. It was inevitable that it was going to slide off there. And it seems like it's taking its frustration out on that bush. And now, Mom, How cool is this? Well, we aren't going anywhere, but we are going to change the scenery for you ever so slightly. We are going to be sending you back up to the Masai Mara. Well, we were going to be sending you back to the Masai Mara, but now we are actually going to be sending you to the moon. Only kidding. Maybe one day, though. It would be nice to have a safari live camp in out of space, and who knows with the way the world's going. It could be a reality. Okay. Like I said, we are definitely not going to be going anywhere, but we will be changing the scenery very slightly as we need to send you back up to Kenya, where I believe Jamie has found some lion. Yes, Thandi is on the move. She's left that cute little cub back at the den, and she is looking for her next meal. We've been avoiding the sickle bush. Excuse me, sorry about that. Avoiding the sickle bushes at all costs, that Noel was just showing you, because they are probably the #1 puncture causes out here. And Thandi's just been moving through this fairly thick vegetation, stopping every kind of 20 or 30 seconds, listening, scanning, looking for any possible meals, but she hasn't come across anything just yet. I'm going to reposition. Sorry, Seb, I didn't warn you there. There's a large termite mound up ahead of us, and I'm guessing she may well climb up onto it to get a better vantage point. She hasn't had too many opportunities to get a vantage point just yet, so with a bit of luck she will head there. Yeah, it looks like we could be in luck, so I'm just going to take a gamble and get into position ahead of her. Not convinced she is going to head there, but let's have a look. If not, we'll just turn the vehicle around and get some other views of her. She's just spotted the termite mound now, so let's see if she doesn't want to come over and use it. Nope, no joy. But I'm fairly certain she is going to pop onto one of these termite mounds she does come across. Let's try and keep moving, because it is quite thick. I'd rather get us into a good spot and then let Seb do his camera work with a little bit more time to play. What a morning it's been, guys. I heard Ralph's hyena cubs were getting quite curious and inquisitive, trying to nibble on his tire. We've been absolutely spoiled with some fantastic scenes this morning. Okay. Almost in position. Let's actually stop here. She's just kind of perched up on a little log as she is getting kind of a mini vantage point from there, fallen down tree. Her tail slowly twitching from side to side in the background there, as she assesses and analyzes her next move. I often try and put myself in their situation when they are looking for food. It's very easy for us to just assume that they are having the same view as us, but they're not. We are almost twice as high as they are while scanning about, so it really goes to show how incredible their hearing and smell is to be able to detect prey in this thick vegetation. Very often they will not be able to see it initially, because they are so low to the ground. Hello, Jesus. You'd like to know how that little cub that we saw earlier knew to stay behind when Mom went off hunting. And it was very, very interesting. There was actually no, well, not that we could see, there was no clear command or audio or vocalization that she made to tell the cub stay put. That's not to say that she didn't. But from as far as we could see, she just kind of got up and walked off. And I guess we did think we heard the cub calling out to her once or twice. And I guess if she doesn't respond, the cub just kind of knows through default. Let's move again. The cub just kind of knows that kind of playtime's over, is how I see it. All right, now she's dropped
down a little bit. She doesn't appear to be heading towards this termite mound that I was hoping she was going to. And there's a little network of small riverbeds here, so we're going to have our work cut out for us, staying with her and negotiating these little riverbeds. I think it's going to be a minute or two at least until we get another visual of her. Very good. So while we try and negotiate this tricky area, we'll send you back to Steve and the lions.